Okay, so this is happening about 5 hours after it was supposed to happen, but I finally got technology to cooperate. Finally got everything linked up. My internet decided not to be a total jackass. And, yeah, here we are at my painting desk, and my camera's off alignment, and do not have the stand collapse on me, please. I've had to jimmy rig this thing all day because I don't have the stand that I need. It's it's been a nightmare to say the least, but it's all worth it because I'm going to be starting construction on this bad boy, my first Reaver for Adeptus Titanicus. I just cracked the plastic wrap open earlier. Haven't opened the box, um, but yeah, it's exciting to finally be getting another Titan for Titanicus because I do already have a bit of stuff for Titanicus, so I'm actually going to show that off. So here is the first of my two Warlord Titans, Ragnarok. He's supposed to have a Quake Cannon on this arm. I just haven't gotten one yet, but he is supposed to have the Apocalypse Launchers and the Bellicosa on this arm. And something I like to do or I'm planning on doing with all my Titans for Titanicus is instead of like a Legio symbol, the heraldry will show like the type of devastation that the weapon is supposed to cause. So since this is a volcano cannon, I have little volcano symbols on the side there. And then for the Quake Cannon side, it has a little earthquake thing. Not the best in the world. I'm probably going to redo that at some point, but it works for the time being. And then since these are Apocalypse launchers, and Apocalypse is just very destruction, I have a little flame pattern up on the head plate there, and then a couple of meteors on the shields. And yeah, that is Ragnarok. As the left volcano cannon arm falls off, and I'll put that back on. These things are magnetized, so whatever. As for my other Warlord Titan, this one is not complete, albeit I'm going to be starting working on him here. This is Devastator, and do not make any purple and green jokes. It's not that Devastator. I just couldn't think of a better name. So this one's supposed to have a Plasma Annihilator, a Power Claw, and the Laser Blasters up on top. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the Heraldry. Albeit, if you look really closely, the knee plates or the upper leg plates on Devastator are not the ones that are included in the box. I accidentally built this in a way where you could not get the knee plate on there. So I had to essentially scan the original knee plates and then remodel it to cut the knee plate off. And yeah, I have essentially have custom knee plates for Devastator. Also, the head is not on there because I wanted to use one of the heads on the upgrade sprue. So yeah, but that Devastator is great. I'm not denying that. I'm just saying that this is a different Devastator. So those are my only two Titans. I do have a decent amount of Knights. So I have 3 banners of Questoris Knights, and I will just grab the Hell's Fury banner here. So tiny little Knights. So we have Hell's Fury, who's the leader, and then we have Reaper and Bastion, and both of these guys are actually based on some Knights that I have for 40k. And then I actually threw I think this is a Devastator Power Fist onto this. I built these before the upgrade sprue that has the Power Fists for Knights came out. So I just actually let me bring these a little closer. The lighting is a little weird, but this is kind of the best I can do right now. So yeah, Devastator and Bastion and Hell's Fury, and then I do have a couple of Acastus Knights lying around, one of which I built incorrectly by swapping a couple of lower leg plates. So it's actually this one, Hellbringer, almost called this one Firestorm. That's my other Acastus. So managed to get these on a bargain. So I have a couple of Acastus Knights, and yeah, that is where my Titanicus collection sits right now. You can also see a drop pod floating in the background back there that I need to get started on, but we're focusing on my first Reaver Titan. Now, I think I'm going to build this as Tremor. Now, the quote-unquote canonical loadout for him, and, okay, yeah, everybody can hear me. The canonical loadout for him is a Power Fist, an Apocalypse Launcher on the Carapace, and then a Chain Fist. I do not have a Chain Fist currently, so I am just going to build Tremor with a Gatling Blaster for now. I think either a Gatling Blaster or a Laser Blaster. Probably a Gatling Blaster, because, well, actually, maybe a Laser Blaster would be the correct call. I don't know. There's a transfer sheet that maybe I'll use it one day. I don't know. And then let's pull out the instruction manual, and I just want to see how the base of the Reaver compares to the Warlord. Like, I always had a rough idea because of the different gauges that are used for movement, but okay, that's actually a pretty sizable difference. Okay, so not too much happening in the chat right now, and it looks like only one person is watching. So the one person who is watching, thank you for sticking around. It's early on in the stream. Hopefully more people will show up, but since this isn't a Transformer stream, it doesn't have, or a Yu-Gi-Oh stream by that extent, doesn't have the... Are you kidding me? Plate just popped off of the volcano cannon when I was trying to reattach it to Ragnarok, so now I gotta glue that back on, but yeah, not really much happening in the chat right now. Again, not as much draw as Transformers or Yu-Gi-Oh, so I was kind of expecting this. Maybe a couple people will pop in every so often, but really this is mostly for me to document the progress on Tremor. And first things first, let's focus. There we go. And is the glue bottle going to jam on me? Oh, Veryl's here. Okay, so that is good to see. Wasn't glancing at profile pictures. I was just glancing at what was being said in the chat, so forgive me for that. And, okay, that plate has been glued back on. And I'm going to reattach this off camera just because it's easier, because I have to, like, dip my hand underneath the camera stand that I'm using. It's like one of those, it's kind of hard to explain what the camera stand is I'm using. I'm looking to improve this. I'm looking to get an overhead cam at some point for this, but I just can't right now, so yeah. So we're going to be working on that. I also have, I'm just going to pull this from over here, also have the upgrade sprue for the Warlord Titan that has the laser blasters, the plasma annihilators, and the power cloth to finish off Devastator. And then I got a few other miscellaneous projects, some stuff for Rune Wars, a few things for Descent, and then I just brought up some new stuff for Monster Apocalypse. So I have this MR tank, and then I've got some exo armors. Where are they? Up there over here. Off camera, sitting on a cookie sheet with, or rather, sitting on a couple of bases that I just put double-sided tape on. So I had to reprime these guys because a couple of them had some missed spots, and oh my god, I missed it again. Well, it's good enough. So those guys are going to get painted. And it looks like all of them have that spot. Whatever, it's good enough. Those guys are going to get painted, and little teaser of what those guys are going to look like. Here is Defender X. So I kind of took this color scheme from an old Lego theme that I really used to enjoy when I was younger and just slapped it onto Defender X, and that's kind of what the Exo Armors are going to look like. But you're not here for the Exo Armors. You're here for a Reaver Titan. So let's get started with that. So I'm going to be building the skeleton here. I'll prime that silver. I'll prime all the armor plates on the sprues, and then I'll prime the weapons in silver separately, kind of with like how I did with Devastator and Ragnarok. So, okay, so apparently it looks like the sprues are also lettered in addition to being numbered. I just got to figure out. I'm here for seeing that Lego color scheme again. You know what? I'll throw I almost called him Devastator, Defender X back here. Yeah, there we go. Come on. There we go. Okay, so there's Defender X, and I'll just throw the Mon Poc models that I do have. You want to guess the line of Legos? You'll get 3 guesses. Not going to give you any hits, though. So let's just throw the G-Tanks and the repair truck back. So, okay, so back to the... Actually, I'm going to move these back a little more so I have a little more room to operate in terms of building. Whoop, as I accidentally slapped the camera. That's my fault. So, okay, so it looks like I need A10 and A11 first. So I'm just going to set the manual off to the side. And let's try to figure out what in the world... Where are these sprues? Are these... Okay, so this sprue is lettered. Okay. So, where is my clippers? There they are. Okay, so let's sneak my hand in here. So, A10, where is A10? Gray and brown can't be the last line of Legos. No, wait a minute. What do you... I'm not even going to argue that one. Yeah, that's a very opinionated thing, and I'm not feeling like arguing. I'm doing the stream because I just want to relax. It's been a hectic couple of weeks for me, and yeah, where the heck is... There's A11, so let's just clip that out. I'm annoyed because for the last couple of years, my clippers don't have any springiness in the grip anymore, so kind of have to do everything manually. It's not annoying in the conventional sense. It's just something I've had to deal with, and I've gotten pretty good at it. So, whoop, as I accidentally bumped the camera again. Expect a lot of camera bumping because, again, I have a weird setup that I'm hoping to improve in the future. So, and we haven't seemed to have any technical issues ever since I had to. It is not Exoforce. That actually, I was thinking about doing Exoforce for the Shadow Sun Syndicate stuff. That's just a rough idea at this point. I'm not sure if I'm going to go through with it. So, yeah, you may see some Exoforce color schemes in the future. Like, ooh, like what was the name of the the Grand Titan? Like a Grand Titan. Oh yeah, that had brown and gray robots as the bad guys. Yeah, yeah, Exoforce was pretty cool. I only got a couple of sets from that line, but. Oh, that was cool. They really need to start doing more of that again. Like I don't know. I'm not here to talk about Legos. I'm here to build a Reaver Titan. Albeit I wouldn't be opposed to talking about it because I used to be obsessed with Legos, especially the theme that this color scheme was based off of. So let's just get rid of some of these sprue marks, or whatever the hell you call them. So, and since this is not a gameplay video, you're not going to be hearing me yelling 24/7 because, again, this is supposed to be a relaxing stream where you just watch me slowly assemble a Titan. And if the camera angle, if things are not in frame, that's my bad. I'm still getting used to this whole thing. This is my first time doing this, so okay. Actually, I'm going to adjust the camera a slight bit because it seems to be sagging a little bit. There we go. Okay, so had to adjust the stand a little bit. Gray and brown, gray and brown. This, I'm not sure if you're seeing something weird, but this is orange and like off-white. It might just be the lighting, but it is supposed to be orange. Yeah, it's not Bionicle. That again, I was thinking about potentially doing that for another faction, but maybe I'll go through with it, maybe I won't. We will see. Where did I set the manual? Where is the manual? There's the manual. I really need to get a better setup than this. Okay. Okay, so A10 glues into A11 like that. Okay. I'm just gonna set that there, and let me just try to. Whoop. As I drop a piece, and let's just grab that back and slowly get my hand in here and not touch the glue bottle. So it looks like, how do these things go together? Is that how it goes together? Nope, that is the wrong way for sure. Yeah, that looks about right. So let's just grab the glue bottle again and let's put a little dot of glue right there, right there, right there, and right there. Okay. And I gotta remember which way this went. Nope, other way, other way, other way. There we go, okay. Those are some sweet looking tanks, by the way, thanks. Yeah, the tanks were definitely, it is not Hero Factory, it is, but first off, the tanks, yeah, that was definitely some of the most fun I've had painting a model. They're small, but it's just, there was something about them, I don't know. And, orange and white, it is not Hero Factory, it is Mars Mission. I used to be obsessed with that theme. I was so devastated when they canceled it in 09, and it was just nostalgia. We're not here to have a nostalgia attack. Say it with me now. We're here to build a Reaver Titan. So, Yeah, so that's kind of essentially what the exo armors are going to look like, and you can kind of get a glimpse of what the MR tank is going to look like. So I've definitely got some ideas for that, and while some glue is drying, I will probably be painting that just because I've been looking forward to painting these for a few months now. I just haven't had the time to prime them until just yesterday, actually. So, okay, but first let's get some progress on the Reaver. So A4 and A3 times 2. Okay, so that's the next component. You had the flying base set. You're talking about the what was the name of that thing? The hypersonic aircraft, like operations aircraft or something. I don't remember. It was from the 2008. I think the summer wave. I don't remember. I almost have every set in that thing. I think I'm missing like a couple of the Toys R Us exclusives, but oh man, that line was awesome, and they haven't come close since. If you ask me, 2008 was the peak of Lego. Well, 2007, 2008. Bionicle was still doing decently. Mars Mission was there. The Star Wars sets were awesome. I think Batman was still kicking around at that time. I don't remember. It's been years since I went hardcore into Lego. Like, really now all I buy them for is, like, collector's pieces whenever I see a Star Wars thing from, like, Clone Wars era that is a ground vehicle that I like. Where is A4? Where is A4? Okay, there it is. So I just gotta hypersonic spacecraft. Yep, that's the one. That one, it's one of the ones I don't have, unfortunately. But it always fascinated me. Yeah, it was Mars Mission. Nostalgia. So let's clip. And this is kind of exactly what I was expecting to happen with this stream, where I'd be building a Reaver Titan and talking about something completely random. And sorry for the blurriness. It's just, again, really bad angle, but I really don't have a choice. Rock Raiders. Wasn't that like the precursor to Power Miners or something? The name sounds familiar. I just can't put a finger on it. Because like Power Miners, like that stuff was cool, but in my opinion, can't top Mars Mission. But again, I'm not gonna argue opinions here because opinions, that's how they work. So, it probably would help if I cut out the other half of that piston. So let me sneak back in here. Once I get an overhead cam, I will not have to worry about this. But for now, this is the unfortunate state of things, and I will keep looking for, yeah, precursor to Power Miners. Okay, that's what I thought. It sounded familiar. Come on. There we go. Okay. So let's just pull that in, and let's see, where are the sprue marks on this? So there is one. There's one, and those are up here. So, and again, hopefully y'all can tell what's going on here. I'm trying my best to keep it in camera. It helps that my phone is right in front of me, since I have to use my phone as a glorified webcam, essentially. So at least I can see what's going on in frame without having to look back at my laptop just to make sure that everything is kicking. But yeah, so let's see. We've gotten on the Lego topic. What else has been going on? Whoop! As I hit the camera again. Okay, up you go. This is gonna happen a lot, so get used to it. Again, this wouldn't be a problem if I had an overhead cam, but nope. Let's see. What should I talk about? What should I talk about? Should I start talking about last line of defense? No, I'm not going to talk about last line of defense. We don't need to. We don't need to incite that trauma now. Now, do we? So, albeit I think I know exactly what's coming my way in the chat, and I am not ready to yell because I am not going to be yelling on this stream because, again, relaxation. It's been a rough week. Or, well, not a rough week. It's just been extremely cramped. But, such is life sometimes. I figured you were going to say that, and no, you will not talk about Orbital Command. We do not need to expose people to that horror. We've already exposed them to Name Redacted, at least, I don't know, for 4 hours, 5, I think. I don't remember. But, yeah, we do not need to be exposing people to Orbital Command. Yeah, so... Cleaning off, what are they called? What did I call them? Sprue marks. Always a fun time, and by always, I mean never, and by... Well, actually, you can either switch out always for never, or fun for mind-numbingly boring, because... Sprue marks! Gotta love them. Now, how do these things go together? Okay, so that's how they seat together. So let's just get the glue. Man, I haven't built a model in a while. I think the last time I built something like this, like where I like slowly built it up was with my infiltrator squad and my oh, did the glue jam up on me? God damn it. With my infiltrator squad and my Captain and Phobos armor. I did technically build the exo armors, but that was nothing more than just slapping an arm onto a body. This is, in my opinion, like properly building a model. So, but I am probably gonna get some disagreement on that comment. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just focused on getting the glue out of this bottle. Okay, so then that will just seat. I'm going to try and keep things in frame. Okay, so that glue oozed out the side a little bit, so I'm just gonna go try and get rid of that. That'll get covered up with paint later, so there's that piston or leg piece or whatever this thing is. I don't know. So let's get the glue onto the other part. So there's that, and let's go up and just attach those together. Okay, so yeah, that is, the glue seems to be okay on the sides, and yeah. Alrighty, so that is the pistons. Let's go back to the manual. Let's see. So A5 and A7 is next, and then 8 and 9 will be slapped onto it. So while I'm cutting this out, I might as well talk a little bit about the channel. So I do have a few videos in the works in the next couple of weeks. I just haven't had a chance to edit them fully. One I am making good progress on, though. It's the other two that are, well, one's actually been filmed, the other has not been filmed yet, but I need to coordinate that with some of the guys on the Bayformer server. And then I am planning I'm still working on shooting Season 2 of the Omega Supreme files. I just haven't had any time to deal with that. So there's A5. And I am planning on releasing a teaser for that at some point in the near future. I need to get a couple of details figured out for that, though, regarding how the video is going to play out. So, okay, so let's get in here and grab part number 7. So we'll just snip. And that's lined up, snip. And snip, okay. Just drop that as I knock over the glue bottle and hit the camera again. I need to get an overhead view. Anyways, Okay, so let's go in here. Did I clean off? Yeah, let's just... This line's kind of annoying. Let's get rid of that. Okay, there's not one over there, surprisingly enough. Let's see, what else can I talk about? Oh, why I haven't done Transformer streams. Again, I've been busy the last couple of weeks, so I really haven't had the motivation to do it. I hope to do a couple more over the next few weeks. It's just really a matter of what my schedule's looking like. I know for a fact there won't be one next week due to prior commitments that I have, but the week after that, maybe it'll happen. I'm not too sure, though, so let's see. So that looks like that's how that goes together, albeit I do need to clean off this a little bit more, just so that's a little flatter. Usually don't talk this much when I'm doing this stuff. Usually I have the TV turned on or I'm watching YouTube or stuff like that. So, but now I am YouTube. Yeah, I'm just being a dumbass for the sake of it at this point. Okay, so that was glued together like that. I wish I had a little more to show on camera, but again, without that overhead view, it's not exactly the easiest thing to do. But yeah, at least you get to look at Defender X and the tanks. So, yay. Oh, come on. There's no way the thing jammed up that quickly. Alrighty, time to clean off the glue thing, and stick with me here. Again, this is not meant to be a action-packed stream. This isn't meant to show like gameplay or anything. This is just meant to be a relaxing thing where just you get to talk with me about whatever, and I don't yell for once in my life. Albeit there was that stream it was a couple of months ago actually now, where I went pretty much most of it not yelling because there was a feedback issue from Bill Moo, but yeah, so okay, that part is now assembled, and I think it was A8 and 9 that I need to grab, so let's get the glue off to the side and keep it away from the charging cable. That might be a good idea. Where is A8? There it is. Okay, so let's just slip my hand underneath the camera stand, because again, this setup is kind of janky. I don't know how many times I've said that tonight. Maybe I'll upload a... I'm pretty sure I'm recording this, actually. I want to take a look at something. I haven't had a single error issue. Okay, this is recording, so maybe I'll go in afterwards and upload a highlight reel where it's just me saying either my camera is crap, my setup is crappy, I accidentally bumped the camera, or I talk about how we're not here to do something else and we're here to build a Reaver Titan. So maybe I will, maybe I won't. It just depends on how motivated I am to do things, because I want to build this Titan, and then I've also got to next week plan the first session of a Edge campaign or Edge of the Empire campaign that I'm going to be running here in the next couple of weeks off camera. Setup cannot possibly be janky as mine, which does not exist. I mean, if something doesn't exist, I don't think that qualifies, because in order for something to be janky, it has to exist and not be as optimal as it could be. At least that's what I think it is. I don't know. Then again, do I know anything besides just knee-jerk reacting to literally everything minorly inconvenient that comes my way in Transformers? I think that answer is no. I do not know anything else. So, but yeah, so Edge of the Empire, I gotta write an Edge of the Empire campaign. I've got to deal with character creation here soon. That's coming along at least very nicely. So, okay, that seems good. And now, where is part number 9? Where is number 9? Where are you? Yep, there you are. Okay. Oop, as I unintentionally knocked the part out, and there it is. Okay, it's over by that G tank. Okay, so what has the viewer rate been looking like for this? We have it's saying we have 2 viewers in one thing, but it says 3 in another. Meh. I figured if we were hovering around... Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. It's -1 because for whatever reason, it counts myself as viewing the thing. So we've been hovering around 1.5 viewers, it looks like. So that's about what I expected, honestly, because not Transformers related, not Yu-Gi-Oh related, so not going to draw in as much of a crowd. And really, there's no gameplay. It's just me sitting here and, say it with me now, building a Reaver Titan. I really need to figure out some more original material anyways. Okay, is there any sprue marks on here that I need to clean up? Yes, there are. So just this piece you're not going to be able to see very easily just because of how tiny the damn thing is. Okay, now how does that all go together? Okay, so looking at where is the piece? There it is. Okay, so looking at this, looks like the thing attaches right there at the bottom, and then the cap goes over facing that way. Okay, so let's glue on the cap right here first. Come on, there we go. Whoa, there goes the camera as I accidentally hit it with the bill of my hat. So, technical difficulties. Please excuse the interruption. And, yep, I just saw it on the playback on the YouTube side, so... Let's not keep the instructions sitting right next to the camera. Why don't we? Okay, so... The cap... is there a specific angle that needs to go at? Doesn't look like it, so let's just slap it on there, and there we go. That part has been added, so now we just need to add the bit on the top, and it looks like there is a little bit of glue that needs to be applied there. I was holding that off camera. That's me being a dumbass again, and let's just... I've learned that if I look over the top of the camera, I generally keep it in frame more. Okay, so that looks to be one of the hip joints, if I had to take a wild guess. Yeah, that seems about right, I think. Yeah, that seems about right for a hip joint. Can I stop hitting the goddamn camera, for Christ's sake? Okay. Stay there. Stay there. Okay, there's a hair on it. Lovely. Come on. There we go. Alrighty, so now let's go to building the other half of this. So back with the sprue, back with the clippers, and part number 7 again. And let's just flip this around. Actually, I think it might be a little easier for me just to come from over the top and come on, get a little more flush. There we go. Clip that. Let that drop, and then there's part number 6. So let's see, what else could I talk about? I'm honestly not sure what to talk about. Like, there's some things I want to talk about that I'm not allowed to talk about because of reasons. And no, it is not personal crap. It's Transformers related. I'm just not allowed to talk about it. For those of you wondering why, I'm not allowed to tell you that reason either. Because, Jesus, how many times have I said reason in the past 5 minutes? Because, I mean, Veryl's the only one here right now, except for the fact that this is getting uploaded afterwards, so other people could see potential spoilers, and, yeah, that's not a good thing now, is it? So. And I accidentally hit the glue bottle again. Okay, off to there you go. So, is it 2 words that start with C and D? Oh God, now I'm playing the guessing game. I don't even know what you're talking about. DM me on Discord what you think it is, because I am honestly not sure what exactly it is that you're talking about. I'm trying to think here. What the hell could that be? Anyways, let's get back to building this thing so that way I don't bore people to death, because that is never a good thing now, is it? Oh, wait up! I think I know what you're talking about now, and I don't like that one goddamn bit. Oh no, that is not what I was thinking of. Well, I mean, that is part of it, so technically you're right, so yay, I guess. I don't know, but I mean, you're technically right. What you were thinking of is a part of that. I just, again, not allowed to talk about it because imaginary NDAs that may or may not exist. Is that? Yep. Wait. What the? Wait a minute. Hold on. Where's that other? Oh, it's on. Oh, so the cap isn't on one of them. And oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. But okay. Sometimes it takes me a minute to figure shit out. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so let's go over so that way I actually hold it in the proper place. And that was a little too much glue. Off to the paper towel you go. Terraforming Mars. I've heard a lot about that game. I've never really gotten a chance to play it because I've been too busy blowing my money on giant robots that want to kill each other. Hint, hint as to what that game is. But yeah, I've seen it a few times and I've heard good things about it. I just never have had a chance to play it. So maybe I'll bite it or take or bleh. Once again I cannot speak. Maybe I'll bite for it one day, but or bite on it. I can speak. Okay, so I already have 8 cut out. I need to cut out 9 again. I'm gonna do this off camera just because of how tiny the part is. There is that hubcap, and let's get some. Why do I keep forgetting what they're called? Sprue marks. That's what I call them. I think there's an official term for it. It has a tabletop sim mod. Okay, I'll have to go check that out later because I keep forgetting that I can use Tabletop Simulator to test something before I buy it because that's totally a good thing to do. I mean, I kind of did it with Monpok a few times. Messed around in single or kind of playing against myself before I ended up buying the Protector starter set when it was on sale at the start of quarantine. So that was fun. And then, yeah, it took me forever to paint them though because I just had like 0 motivation for whatever reason. But yeah, my painting backlog is just terrible. Like there was like a stretch of like 6 hours on Christmas Eve 2018, I think it was, where my painting table was clear. That didn't last long. And now my painting backlog consists of, let's see, it consists of 10 infiltrators, a bunch of, so yeah, infiltrators, a bunch of stuff for Rune Wars, across all 4 factions. A few miscellaneous things for Descent, and now let's see, some Saurus Knights for Age of Sigmar, and now these Exo Armors and the what are they called? Um, the MR tank and this Reaver Titan, as well as all the extra bits that I got for Devastator. So it can have its proper shield shape, it can have its proper head, it can have its proper weapons. Um, Also, that drop pod back there, I need to finish that at some point, but slowly chugging away. And I'm not including in that backlog this open box um, of I think those are either thermal plasma pipes or promethium pipes for 40k. I haven't opened that yet, just because I haven't had a need for it. I have this one galvanic furnace or whatever it's called that I have lying around, but um, haven't gotten really much other scenery aside from a couple boxes of pipes, just because I haven't had the chance to build a table yet. So, and I need to stop talking and start building. But I need to keep talking at the same time, and the glue jammed on me again. I have a bad habit of using a little too much glue, and it causes it to gunk up at the top, and one day I'll learn. Maybe, I don't know. So, well, we were sitting at 2 viewers for a while, and we're back down to 1, unfortunately. So, probably just maybe just a straggler. I don't know. Okay, so that is done, and let's see here. So, that's a lot of fiddly bits. Okay, so yeah, let's get to cutting these things out. So, there's a bit of dust that I need to get rid of. Okay, so that's gone. Let's move the glue out of the way so that way I don't knock that over again. So we need to cut out all these pieces in the middle. Okay, so I need to set aside a 15, and then the 14's in a different pile. So there is 15 number 1. 15 number 2, as I accidentally bumped the camera again. So actually, you know what? Let's not clip that out, and let's instead grab tray B. And where did I set the box? Where did I set the... There's the box. Okay. I'm actually going to take a look quickly. I'm going to start planning ahead and thinking about which armor plate I want to give this. Okay, where's the sprue that has the weapons on it? So I just want to take a look at something here. Where is the top of the Apocalypse Launcher? Okay, so that has some nice flat plates on it. Because I'm conflicted, because I need to do the detailing of the disaster that it's supposed to be depicting. I could probably do the same Apocalypse thing I did for Ragnarok, but I'm not sure whether to go for this top plate right here or this one. This one would allow me to do the decals, but this one just creates a... like, limits the amount of open space that I have, which may or may not be a good thing. But that is something I will decide later, albeit I do need to decide if I am going to put on one of the Loyalist shoulder pads. I'm probably going to do that and do what I did with both Devastator and Ragnarok, and put the Loyalist specific shoulder pad on the right shoulder, and then put a generic one on the left shoulder to open up a bit more painting room. So, anyways, I need to grab Sprue B, because I need there's 2 copies of B3. So let's go ahead and get to clipping these things out. So I'm just going to try and see if I can get a good angle on this thing. And I just realized I need to update the description, because it currently says that the stream is not happening right now, because needed to update it earlier to say, no, this stream has not happened yet because I have been having technical issues. But as soon as I get these pieces clipped out and they fall off the sprue, I will go ahead and edit the description quickly. Okay, so that gets deleted. And let's save. Okay, Legendary is asking about Primus in the Bayformer server. Probably should. So I just needed to say I might do it, I might not. Depends on how long I let this run for. Because I do want to work a little bit on the weapons for Devastator, do a little bit of painting for Monpok, because I've been looking forward to painting those things for months now. I just haven't had the chance to prime them until now. So let's clean off the... And nobody's here. F. Well, I guess I just go back to rambling about whatever, because nobody's here, because it says one concurrent viewer, but that's me, because it counts the streamer as viewing their own stream for whatever reason, and, it's a little bit annoying if you ask me. Yep, somebody's back. Okay, so I was about to say, like, nobody's here, yay, but, hey, somebody's actually here now, so all is good in the world. Foot reveal, what? Legendary! Nani the I'm not gonna say the F-bomb. I've said, I said shit already now, twice technically. But, Legendary, that says a lot of things about you, and, I'm just gonna say this, I'm not gonna judge. But you're not gonna see my feet. Good lord, anybody who stumbles across this randomly is just gonna be like, what the hell are you smoking there, bucko? So, how does this thing go on? Okay, so this goes like... I touched the glue bottle. Get the glue off my hand, because that stuff is not good. So, let's see. So, this goes like... Upright. Focus. There we go. Sorry if there's focusing issues, by the... Can I stop hitting the goddamn camera to save my life? Okay, so let's go ahead and... What do you mean, no, it doesn't? If you're talking about what it... I don't even remember. I'm just going to focus on getting this thing in here, and, yeah, that looks correct. So now let's go ahead, and you're not into that. I was joking, dude. I mean, like, I don't know. I'm just, being my usual dumbassery self, because... Yay, and there is a hair right there. Even when I get a haircut, I still have hairs falling all over the place. Anyways, let's move on. What should I talk about now? What should I talk about? I really don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna try and... Actually, I'm gonna leave the little leg assemblies for later because of the fact that that is going to take forever. We're going to assemble the hip area now. I'm going to try and anchor down this manual, and I'm going to set that base somewhere else and try and not hit the camera again. Okay, so what is... You may choose to build the legs first to allow for easier posing. Okay, maybe I won't build the... Oh, I'm actually not sure what I want to do. You know what? I'm going to take a minute. Let's move all these pieces off to the side. Let's take a pause from building. And let's get to painting some stuff. So, and I think I scared off Legendary. Why am I such a dumbass? Oh, wait, somebody's back. Okay. I see one viewer and like a part of me like dies inside. I'm just like, oh, nobody's here. Am I being a nuisance again? I don't know. Anyways, where in the... What was I gonna do? Ah, yes. Nope, this is the wrong palette, and we're back down to 1 viewer again. It's moments like these where I wonder why I do this sometimes. But, yeah, anyways, where are my paints? I'm going to set. So, I guess I don't have anybody to chat with in the chat, so what do I talk about now? Oh, don't tell me this is dried up. God damn it, it's dried up. Oh, there still might be a little bit left in there. Oh, crap, it always happens. Oh, God. Let's paint the MR tank first. So we have the G tanks over there for reference. So let's get in here. Let's grab what we can. Okay, there's still a decent amount of paint in there. So, hey, we're back up to somebody watching. So it probably would help if I moved the glue to somewhere else. So the palette is off screen, by the way, so you're not going to get to see that. Again, I'm working on figuring out an overhead camera. I hope to have that done sometime before I stream over here at the painting table again, but I need to figure that out first, obviously. So let's go ahead and let's actually clean off a little bit of paint, and let's just, it probably would help if I kept my damn hand out of the way. That would probably be a good idea. So we're going to paint the tread covers orange. We're going to paint that little turret orange. Focus. There we go. We're going to paint these little X boxes orange as well. Except for these ones up front. Those are going to stay this Celestra gray. And we're back down to 1 viewer again. And this is, again, just a nice quick break for me to just, take a moment, break up the building process of building the Warlord, or not the Warlord, I didn't get a third Warlord, the Reaver, because I personally enjoy building models more than I enjoy painting them. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoy painting, it's just painting tends to be a lot more tedious at times, whereas building, it's a little easier to see your progress as you go along. So, okay, we seem to be bouncing between nobody viewing and 1 person viewing. Not sure what's going on there either. Whoever it is has to watch me in intermittent spurts because of whatever reason, I don't know. Or just terrible Wi-Fi is deciding to come into play because terrible Wi-Fi is a pain in the ass. I would know. I was having internet issues earlier when I tried to stream this for like the first 5 times. So yeah. Okay, where do I need to, come on, will this focus for the love of God? There we go, okay. So let's just get in there, and I really don't care where the paint gets at this point. It's all gonna get cleaned up later. Once I, what was I gonna say? Once I add the orange bits, yeah, that's what I was gonna say, so. Okay, we're just gonna get in there, albeit actually that was probably a mistake, but whatever. So what do I talk about now? Maybe I just tell my life story now. I'm not going to talk about personal stuff on camera because, frankly, it's kind of been a rule for my channel from day one, like no talking about personal crap. It's a bad idea to discuss that on the internet. I don't care what all these famous YouTubers say. I am not discussing that. At least, yeah, I'm not discussing that. And B, I don't need to bore you to death about my life. You're here to see me either play a game, get mad at something related to a game, or in this case, paint models. So you're not here to hear my life story. You're here to hear. Well, I'm just gonna shut up now because of well, actually, I can't really shut up, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, so let's just say, oh, there's a little spot in there where I need to apply a little more paint. It's not the cleanest thing in the world, but as time goes along, it will most certainly clean itself up. So I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. And hey, Scorp, you're here. Glad to see you. Paintbrush is going to be going back in the basket here in a moment because of the fact that this is mostly meant to showcase me building my first Reaver Titan for Titanicus. And I just took a quick break to apply a base coat to a tank for Monster Apocalypse. So let's get the cap back on the brush, and this is all happening off camera. Let's throw that back in the bin. Put the palette off to the side. Throw this back here. And, yeah, let's carefully pick up the MR tank to avoid touching the white paint. There we go. And let's bring out the Reaver Titan components again. So, now let's open up the instruction manual once again, and okay, so that is okay. So, how do I go about this? I'm looking at this right now because how this is assembled is this is the top of it. I believe this is the front. So these pieces just go right here, and I can kind of pose them however I want. But there are a couple of hose pieces that do restrict that a slight bit, and I need to check those out. Let's think here. What parts of those hoses? A12, A13. Okay, I'm gonna cut those parts out here quickly. So let's grab some clippers and look for. Okay, so there's the A12s. Okay, so let's just, if I can get a grip on these clippers. There we go. And snip. There goes that one, and then there's that. And then there's that. Okay, so those are the 12s. And I'll cut out the 13s in a moment. But for now, I just want to see. Okay, so that is the front. So these will go on the left, or on the right hip, actually. So let's just grab this and take a look at. Okay, so there are the holes. And okay, so it's a ball joint. And I'm just trying to figure out here how exactly this goes together. So, oh, so the hoses go up. Okay, so there's this little square hole right in here. That's where the hoses go into. Let's see. So, it's just okay. So if we put this in there, okay. So that's how it's posable. So the hoses don't actually click in two spots. It only clicks in one, and then you just adjust it from there. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so what I want to do with this Titan is it's going to be a melee Titan. He has his chain fist and his or not his apocalypse. He has the apocalypse launcher, but he also has his so he has his chain fist and his power fist. And the idea is that he's going to be marching forward, kind of similar to what I did with. Can the arms stop? Everything is falling off of Devastator right now. Um, That's unfortunate. I gotta glue this back on. So the idea is that it's the that Tremor is going to just be marching forward. Um, so gonna be building the Power Fist as the left arm in this case, and then the Chain Fist will be the right arm. But for now, it's gonna be a Gatling Blaster or something of that description. Well, either the Gatling Blaster or the Laser Blaster, because those are the only options I have. And let's get the. Actually, I'm just going to leave that over there to try and read. Okay, let's just take all the armor plates off Devastator. So, like, here, like, if you look at this pose, like, this is kind of what I'm going for, except without a leg bent in a way where you have to print off brand new leg plates just to make sure it doesn't look completely stupid. That was one of the dumbest things that I had ever done while building a model. It worked out in the end, but still fairly stupid. Okay, so I'm trying to think here. This is a complicated assembly. So A12 goes on the side, A12, A12. Okay, so they all go up in there. Okay, so then this assembly, these are from earlier, slot into the foot. So that is, yeah, that makes sense. And then all those armor plates go on. Okay, so now I'm starting to get an idea for how this is going to be assembled. The thing is, I need to glue this together first, so let's just think about how. Okay, so I cannot have. So I need to have them both bending forward. Okay. I'm trying to think here. So this is the back side. Okay. So if this is the right hip, then this connects. Yep, there's the glue bottle again. So okay, so that slots in there. So that's how that works. So we're gonna have to. I'm just gonna grab the base here quickly and do some thinkins as to what I am going to do here. And for those of you who are sticking around, thank you very much. It's a tedious process, but I wanted to document it and kind of show kind of how I approach this stuff. And yeah, and you also get a stream where I don't just repeatedly yell for 3 hours straight. So there's a positive. So if I do it like that, and then if I do it the other way, so if I slot it in like that, I'm honestly not sure. Okay, so actually, I'm genuinely not sure how to build this thing. I'm just worried because knee plates, and I cannot afford to have another situation like with Devastator, where I build it in a way where I can't attach the knee plates. So I'm trying to figure out how to make this thing look like it's walking, so. Okay, so I'm just trying to think here. While I'm thinking about this, fire away some questions in the chat about basically whatever, and I'll let you know if I'm able to answer it or not. So, if I assemble it like that, because yeah, if I just assemble the back leg fairly straight, that could work, because I'm actually going to stand up and kind of do a walking stance to try to figure this out. So, okay, so the back leg is the back leg is the back leg is fairly straight and angled slightly forward, while the front leg is okay. I think I've got an idea for how to do this. So, the human body helping you build a Reaver Titan since 2021. Or rather, helping a dumbass on YouTube build a Reaver Titan since 2021. Okay, so if I build this the right... Okay, so let's just... If I build this correctly, I won't have the issue that I did with Devastator. So now we just slot that in straight and then pivot it slightly forward. Okay, and while that's drying, let's get the... Yep, that is a little too much glue, so let's just... This is going to be off camera. I have no choice here. I just got to make sure I do a little detail work correctly, and let's just coat that. Coated the inside of that little square hole at the bottom there. And let's just slot this up in there. Come on. Sorry about this being slightly off camera. I needed this a little lower so that way I could keep my hands steady. Okay, so now let's grab the other one of these, and just slot that in there. Huh. Okay, so I've got to do this slightly differently. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that now... Okay, so the things are up in there, and that is looking pretty good, actually. So now we got to add the other one. Again, this is going fairly slow, but this is a tedious process after all for those who are not familiar with this. So it's just a matter of taking your time and making sure everything is the way you want it. So that is now straight. And let's angle this back ever so slightly. Okay, so that is now set in there. Now I'm going to cut the 13 wires off camera just because this will go slightly quicker. Oop, as I accidentally clip the wire and it falls onto my pants. There we go. Okay, so just the way I want it. Wait, what? I'm sorry, Tank, what the hell? What do you mean just the way I want it? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, things were happening over here. Okay, so damn, 13, that's crazy. That's the part number 10. It's just a part number, jeez. Anyways, now where was I? Ah, yes, sticking these wires into the hole. That's totally not suggestive. Too much glue on the tip of the rod. Lol. Tank is just single-handedly bringing the chat rate back up, which I think is a good thing because that means that YouTube thinks, hey, this stream is doing good, and maybe some people will stumble on it and get a few more subs. I don't know. Which again, if you have, this is the live channel, not the actual like main channel. If you want to check out the main channel, there is a link in the description. I am 90% sure of it. I'm only 90% sure because honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. Wait, would that make me only 50% sure? I don't know at this point. Anyways, back to building the Reaver because that's what we're here to do. Let's just slot that up in there, and yeah, that's looking fairly good. Okay. Wait a minute. Did one of those pop out? Yep, one of those popped out. Okay, where's the tweezers? Paintbrush, glue bottle. Yes and yes. Come on, get in there and... Okay, let's just slot you in there. Uh-oh. Something came loose in there. Uh-oh. I've got to quickly do an emergency application of glue. Okay, there we go. So let's let that slide down. Actually, let me get the tweezers again because that just makes this process a little easier. There we go. Okay. So the wires are now in place in the hole. Again, not suggestive. Okay, so those are now... As I immediately drop it because that's totally a smart thing to do. Because I am smart. No, I'm not. Am I? Even I don't know. I'm an enigma. As I accidentally, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Anyways, I need B1 and B2. Let's go to the... Let's actually not put the armor plates onto the groin quite yet because I'm going to need to paint those separately because... It just makes it easier. I mean, that's why the shoulder plates fell off Devastator, because I haven't glued them on yet because they were painted separately, and I also need to paint them with their little decal things, because there's a couple people here. I know at least Tank and if Scorp is still here and Legendary, they haven't seen this, but actually, time to move some stuff out of the way, ladies and gentlemen. Please excuse us while we go to commercial. Just kidding. I don't have that kind of money. If I did, I would... Maybe, yeah, I'd still be doing this, but... Oh, wow, we're at 5 viewers. Oh, okay, we're picking up steam here quickly. That is good to see. Not much happening right now because I'm currently moving some Monpok miniatures out of the way, so that way I can bring, Ragnarok back onto the screen. So, what I'm talking about with the armor plates and I have to paint their decals on is... With my Titans, Am I still here? I don't know. I don't even know if I'm here. I'm an enigma. Anyways, so these little blue decals, this is kind of what I'm doing in lieu of like a Legio symbol. So, okay, okay, things are happening in the chat, and good to see ya. And Tank, what the hell is with the... We're not making Rail Racer yet. Like, what's going on? And Julia, good to see you finally showed up to one of these things. Basically, what's just happening right now is we're in a transition period where I'm explaining to everybody what these decals are on this Titan, and one of the people that I work with for designing cards, or not designing, testing cards for a card game is trolling me in the chat currently because we tend to throw a lot of shit at each other. But anyways. So, I have these blue decals where basically it represents the type of devastation that the weapon closest to that plate has. So, like, this is a volcano cannon, so there's volcanoes. It just makes sense. Tank, you are stooping to Eric levels of stupidity, or idiocy, or assholery, I don't know. So, just be warned. And then for the Apocalypse missile launchers up here, I have a little meteors on the shields and a little flame pattern there. And then this is supposed to be a quake cannon. This is actually a Bellicosa volcano cannon as well. So I have this little earthquake pattern, and it's not exactly the best. I might go in and repaint it later, but that's what I'm planning on doing for Tremor. So if we look at the instruction manual here, what I'm planning on doing is either on the carapace focus, on the carapace plate up there, and also the weapon up here, I plan on doing the Apocalypse fire and meteors pattern that I did for Ragnarok. And then on this shoulder plate is going to be, I'm not sure what's going to be on there, but I know on the left power fist it's going to, or on the left shoulder plate, it's going to be a earthquake pattern similar to Ragnarok, because that's where the power fist is going to go. And then on the chain fist arm, not too sure what I'm going to do over there. I will figure it out at some point, though. Well, figure it out in heavy quotes, because again, I don't know anything. Except apparently how to be a total dumbass. Just ask Tank or Veril or Scorp or any of the guys over on the Bayformer server. Okay, so that seems to be dry now, and I just lost my train of thought again. Friday nights, gotta love them. Anyways, let's bring the, actually, you know what, since we're working on Titanicus, let's have Ragnarok sitting right front and center. Let's not knock off the left arm. And what shall I have? Let's just have Hellbringer. Or no, this isn't Hellbringer. This is Firestorm. Yes, I have named every single one of my Titanicus models. All 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of them. So I mix them up all the time. And heck, I probably couldn't even name half my Questoris banner. I'd have to look on the Google Sheet that I have of that. Anyways, let's keep this train going, because there's 5 people here, and I need to keep them here because I don't want to bore anybody, albeit I tend to do that anyways. Stop rambling, Anthony, stop rambling. Deep breaths. At least I haven't yelled yet. Yay. Anyways, okay, so that I'm going to need to cut out the feet. Ragnarok as in Thor. Ragnarok as in the apocalypse in Norse mythology. It just made sense to name a Titan Ragnarok just because of the fact that they can take so many different types of weaponry and devastation. It just causes massive devastation, and Ragnarok was just I think the culmination of all calamities, if I'm not mistaken. So it just made sense, and yeah, so kind of the theme of me naming these Titans is just like disasters. So I have Ragnarok, I have Devastator, who I'm fully expecting Tank to make a joke about Transformers because it shares the name of a combiner. But yeah, Devastator. I have 2 more Warlord Titans planned. So yes, yeah, pretty much. I guess, yeah, technicalities. But yeah, I have a Warlord, 2 more Warlords planned, Hurricane and Thunderstorm 2, and then I have a whole bunch of other Titan names like Fallout, Meltdown, Cyclone, Vesuvius 1 and 2, that kind of stuff. So yeah, this is the kind of nonsensory that happens, that tends to happen when whenever I'm working on this stuff. I just ramble on like an idiot because that's what I am good at. So, what else do I have to talk about? Not allowed to talk about BFB Alpha stuff because imaginary NDAs that may or may not exist, even though I'm pretty sure the majority of people here know what's in it, but people afterwards may find this and can't be having spoilers of certain things. Oh, come on. How hard can this be to clip? Like, oh, did somebody just leave? Dang it. Like, I'm not trying to drive people away because I want to talk about alpha stuff. Just saying I just can't because of the way the fact that this is getting uploaded, or is going to be uploaded once this is done. Come on, get out of there. Get out of... Come on, Anthony, stay calm. You're not supposed to be yelling on this stream. You're supposed to be relaxing. Like, I understand what that means. Anyways. I say anyways a lot, I just realized. Yeah, whatever. Okay, so that's all that for 1 foot. I have no bad jokes to improve this. Anyways, we are losing viewers fast. Maybe I should just go dead silent for one of these and just not talk, maybe. Maybe that would help. Because I'll be honest, there are some days where I start to think that maybe I shouldn't be doing this because I'm kind of a nuisance. But I have yet to determine that for sure. Wait a minute. Is this... Okay, so this is the right foot, actually. This is the right foot specifically. Okay. So, there's currently only one person viewing this, so, you want to talk about anything? I don't know. I'm open to suggestions. Okay. So. I'm just gonna be quiet for a little bit. Let's not hear my voice for a little bit. I have no idea what you're talking about. Based on that question, I can assume you're asking about personal details about my life, and I'm just going to say this now. I do not discuss that on YouTube because, reasons. I do not like discussing my personal life on YouTube because A, that's a bad idea, and B, I really don't want that to conflict with my, YouTube life, so... Yeah, I'm going to actually... Had to delete that, because again, I don't like that. Again, personal information, don't like it. Okay, so, yeah, it's again, you didn't know, I just don't like, again, I don't like discussing it, like, just because YouTube and the internet and yada yada yada, so you're fine, I just sticking to my guns here, so. Now, what was I doing? And when I say I'm a total idiot, this is what I mean. I lose my train of thought every 5 seconds. What was I? Oh, yes, I was building a Titan. Okay, so if we straighten out the back leg like that, and angle that back a little bit, actually, and then... I mean, I'm open to pretty much any discussion as long as it doesn't involve, like, personal crap, because, again, don't like talking about that, but, yeah, just feel free to throw whatever questions you want in the chat, because, you know, if I can answer it, I'll answer it, but if I can't, I will just say, yeah, no, that's not getting answered. So, what in the world am I gonna do here? I'm trying to think here. How do I go about this with the legs? Okay, so basically what I'm looking at right now is this is the left or the right foot. Is that the right foot? That is the right foot. This is the left foot, and it's just going to be sitting on the base like that, and then slightly off like that in order to, or offset. I can speak. Keep it calm, Anthony. Keep it calm. And let's see. How do I bend these, though, is the thing. Okay, so I probably keep that a little bent like that. Just the tiniest touch of a bend. Yeah, I think that's the correct play, and then I will bend the front knee as needed. I just need to make sure I have the ability to stick the knee plates on, because again, don't need a repeat of this situation with Devastator where I have to print off new plates entirely because the knee plates won't fit because I built the thing wrong. Keep it calm, keep it calm. Okay. So let's just apply some glue here. Come on, did this thing jam up again? Hobbyist problems. The glue bottle jams on you. And the chat seems to have gone quiet. Okay, so let's just bend this back ever so slightly. Okay, so that seems to bend. That seems to... Wait. Probably should just leave that sit for a slight second. That might be a good idea. Okay, let's just leave that sit, and what else can I talk about over here? I don't know what else to do right now. Well, might as well swap back out over to painting some stuff. Yeah, let's go over to painting some stuff. Yeah, so I like the sound of that. Let's move these shoulder plates for Devastator out of the way. Let's move the base out of the way. Let's set everything off to the side. And let's think here. Let's go back to the... What do I want to paint now? Actually, do I want to... Yeah, I need to finish off some basing for this. Yeah, crap. Okay, that didn't fall off. I need to finish basing this Amulet Scion, because if you look carefully, and I'm actually going to use my little thing here as a pointer, if I can get my hands in a good position. So if you look, like right in there, like right here, there's this black area there. That's not supposed to be there. What it's supposed to look like is you don't see any black areas, and it's just completely covered. And these are two different colors, but I apply a coat of Warpstone Glow after I finish applying the texture paint. So I'm just going to quickly take a look at where I need to. Okay, so right there, and right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is, what kind of paint do I use? They're just acrylic paints, but the specific brand is Citadel. You can find these in most like hobby shops that sell Warhammer. They're pretty good quality paints. The one issue that I've had with them is that the lids don't seal sometimes, and then paints dry out real quick. But you can deal with it. It's just again for hobby problems. Mainly, let's see, when the main hobby problems are like when you run out of paint, when your paint dries up, when you're having a hard time putting something together because little fiddly bits, and then when, in my case, when paintbrushes get gunked up like crazy as I slap my lamp, because like this is just, I need to clean these off at some point, but That's another problem that I will deal with later when I am eating ice cream and plotting an edge session. So, because I need to get that done. And there is a discussion on custom cards about what the heck is going on when characters get pulled outside the game. Lovely. At least it's... Okay, so let's get some of this texture paint in here, and that is not enough on the lid. So, time to do this. Alrighty, and let's see if... Okay, that worked like a... It didn't work as well as I thought it would, but whatever. I've got enough that for what the application is, so... Now slip my hand under the camera, and now we're just going to grab a little bit of paint and just, well, paint is a loose term here. This is the fancy stuff where how do I don't even know what to describe this as. Like, it's technically sold as paint, but it's more like modeling putty if you ask me, actually. It's pre-textured. It has a yeah, it's just pre-textured, and it dries and gives you whatever you're looking for. So like this one, it dries into like a desert, like sandy terrain. I've got some snow lying around, a snow paint lying around, and also one that when it dries it cracks. So that one's one of my personal favorites. Albeit I've only used two. I've only really ever done 3 basing techniques. The first was what you're kind of seeing right here. Well, I mean, actually, this technically makes 4. Like, for my Dark Angels, I just do pretty much just a coat of Armageddon dust and dry brush to bring out the highlights, and that's it. For my Knights for 40k, I use this stuff, a Grelin Batland and a Grelin Earth, which cracks as it dries, and then throw a little bit of snow paint on there just because it adds a little bit of a nice bit of contrast on there. And then I have a model here that uses my Dark Angels basing scheme. Let me pull... Oh, come on. Get out of there. So this is a Uthuk Berserker for Rune Wars, so I just apply the texture paint and then add a little bit of a dry brush. It's kind of hard to see the dry brush in this lighting. Again, I will, as I go along with doing these more and more often, you'll see that. For some of my Rune Wars models, what I'll do is I'll just apply just a flat gray paint, like on this guy here. I will just apply a flat coat of gray and then put some shades on it just to make it look like worn out stone. And then like for the elf stuff for Rune Wars, what I'll do is I'll apply that Armageddon dust, so the sand paint, and then apply a coat of green over it, and then do some shading and dry brushing, and you get this nice little textured grassy look that is just really nice. So I've said nice a lot in like the last 5 minutes. I have a tendency to repeat myself in case you haven't noticed. So so we're still sitting at 2 people watching, so that is good to see. Well, it says 3, but it's only 2 because for whatever reason, YouTube counts the whoever is streaming as a viewer, which I personally still don't get that, and it looks like the custom cards debate is going on. Okay, some stuff going on about I still function. Okay, so I think now that that's done, let's go back to working on the Titan, and let's just set Firestorm and Hellbringer over here. Also, fun little trend with all my Knight banners, which are just squads of Knights. All of them have some connection to either Norse mythology or just MCU Thor. So, like, I have Hell's Fury here, but it's only spelled with 1 L, and then Hellstorm follows the same thing, and then this one is, I think, either Mjolnir or Stormbreaker. I don't remember what I named this one. Actually, let me pull up the Google sheet that I have that lists all of this stuff because I am nerdy like that and have everything listed out. Let's go. Okay, it's right in my recent. Okay, yes. So this one is Mjolnir. So obviously, you can kind of guess what that's about. And then there's another one here, which I don't remember why I named it like this. Okay, so yes, oh now I remember. So then I have this banner leader named Forseti, which was the Norse god of the Norse god of justice. So I figured that was a fitting name for knights. Seemed reasonable. So all of them kind of have Norse-inspired names in some capacity. Uh, Partly because it sounded cool, and partly to annoy somebody. Because I'm merging something he's interested in and something I'm interested in, and yeah, it's a long story that I'd have to go into, and I don't want to bore anybody. And I still functions randomly getting posted in custom cards. Okay, so and we lost a viewer. Lovely. Anyways, where was I? Oh yes, back to building a Reaver Titan, because that's what we're here to do. Um, Okay, so now I need to get the manual back out. Okay, I'm going to move this over here. And let's see if I can angle the camera downward a little bit. Okay, there we go. That's a nice angle. Let's move these out of the way. And there's that. So now let's flip this upside down. So how long have we been going for? Oh, geez, we've been going for a little over an hour and a half. So I'll cut this off at about 2 hours. That just collapsed on itself. Don't know why I thought that would support itself, but okay, so that actually it's starting to come together. So that is nice to see. So let's just align those and push this off to the side. And it's kind of hard to see at this angle, but I will just Does this work? And this is kind of the tedious part of this, just trial and error. Oh, come on! Note to self, hold the knee. That might actually help. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to get somewhere with this. Okay, so right there. Okay, so that was off camera for a bit. So about right there is where I'm going with the pose. So let's rein this back in a little bit. See if I can get this glue cap. Oh, whoop, whoop, whoop. Camera's falling over. Okay, we're good. Okay, so right about there in the bend. Okay, so now I'll just quickly glue this off camera so that way I have a little more control. And again, this is why I want an overhead view so bad, just so that way I can a little more easily do things, and it's a little easier for you all to see what is going on. So let's just bend it back ever so slightly. Okay, there we go. It's just slowly lumbering forward, which is exactly what we want from a Titan, because these things are... I don't remember how tall these things are canonically, but they are pretty freaking tall. I know Imperators, I think, are essentially just like a mile tall or something like that. No, that actually seems kind of short, honestly. I'm not even sure how big Imperators actually are. Then again, I probably won't get a good reference on that until they release one for Titanicus in plastic. Hold on, I gotta do something here. Doesn't relentless invasion. Just quickly hopping into the discussion about something related to I still function for Transformers. Because I figured that I might as well hop in there because I can. Okay, so that's starting to dry. So while that's drying, what else can I talk about here? I'm honestly not too sure. It's just looks like one person's still here. So you got any questions? Fire them at me. I'll let you know if I can answer them or not. In the meantime, I'm going to try to figure out where the feet are going to be on the base. Let's think here. How do I go about this is the question. Albeit this stream has been performing pretty good overall. Like for a non-transformer stream, it's been doing really good. Now it's really just a matter of keeping this momentum going, and we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll stream at some point next week. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay, so the glue is probably dry now, actually. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Okay, so now comes the fun part, dealing with the gluing of the feet. And by fun, I mean tedious because let's lower the camera actually again. The camera falling down, camera falling down. Okay, I think we're in the clear there. So there's the feet, there's the hand, and now we get to positioning this thing. So, do I like to put a clear coat on to protect it? Not really, because honestly, I don't think a clear coat is needed because I put a primer coat on beforehand, and I've been storing like certain models for like Descent, and in the box, in the bag, and they're constantly scratching each other. I have never noticed the paint chip off. So I personally don't. Some people will disagree with me on that, and they are more than welcome to. Again, I personally don't really need it because a lot of these things have been dropped, come into contact with other models, and had opportunities where they could have been scratched, but they didn't get scratched. Like, let me actually just provide an example here. I'm going to go ahead and just scratch the top of Hellbringer, even though I don't have fingernails. So I'm just going to scratch the corner quickly. So there's the before, actually a little bit after scratching. And you can see there's not really anything gone there. Now, if you take something like really sharp, like, I don't know, the clippers to it and just like intentionally try to score the thing, like, it's definitely going to scratch, but like the occasional light brushing of something isn't going to hurt it. So I really don't. That basically, it's a long-winded way of saying no, I don't clear coat. God, I really need to stop over-explaining things. I don't know. Look, is that a That is definitely a that's definitely a sprue mark. It's not really the paint that's the quality. It's more of the primer. Again, this primer is pretty good stuff. It's really good quality primer. And then the paints, like, yeah, I again, yeah, it's more the primer. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is just tedious. Like, I enjoy building models definitely a little more than I enjoy painting them. Like, painting is fun in its own right, but building, I don't know what it is. I just tend to enjoy it a little more. But when it comes to, like, multi-part models like this and having the feet and all the different parts of the legs separate, it's just so annoying. Albeit when there's, like, predetermined way to build it, like with my Armiger Knights or my Questoris Knights for 40k. It's a lot easier to deal with, but then you get things like Redemptor Dreadnoughts or Titans in Titanicus, and then you get just you're spending a half an hour trying to get the dang thing onto the base, and yeah, that's not fun. It's just well, it's not that it's not fun. It's just tedious as all hell. Like, let's see here. So that I think is about where I want the feet. So now let's get in and hope the glue bottle unclogged. Let's get a drop of glue in there. And a drop of glue in there. So now we set that back off to the side and end probably what is going to be the most tedious part of this whole process. You know, we just got to make sure everything is aligned with the piston, with the piston holes. And then it looks like step 7 is the front plate. Okay, so this is the assemblies that I have built, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these little gubbins into... Actually, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. And then kind of start to think about how I'm going to paint these exo armors. So I'm going to bring in Defender X again, just as a reference. So this is the color scheme that I'm going to be using for these, and I've already started working on it earlier this stream with this Monster Hunter, or MR tank. I don't know what the MR stands for. I need to look that up. But basically, so definitely the little trapezoids on the shoulder right there are going to be orange. That's a certainty. The little vents up here are going to be orange. The head crest is going to be orange. Let's actually look at Defender X as an example. It's a little raised bit on the visor that's going to be orange, that's for sure. This little collar probably could be orange, and then a couple little raised areas on the groin side of the groin plate, that could definitely be orange. These little vents on the legs could be orange. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm doing so much talking about painting this thing. Let's paint the one of the exo armors. So I just gotta move the Reaver off to the side. Move the leg, or the leg, what are those things called? The shin guards off to the side. I know terminology, and let's go in, and that is not the right color. That is silver, not I don't even know what you call this color. I just call it Celestial Gray. Yeah, yeah, this one is tiny. Monpok units are meant to be this size. Otherwise, the board would be a lot bigger, and with Warhammer, that's okay. With Monpok, not so much. Like, what's the size comparison? Here's a random Primaris Marine that I can use. So he's just a little bit. He's actually probably pretty close in size to a standard tactical Marine. Now that I look at it, might be a little shorter. I don't know. What's another thing I can use? Okay, here's a Questoris Knight from Titan. Oh wow, that's actually a fairly similar size, and these guys are just barely shorter than Primaris Marines. Yeah, that is okay. That's actually interesting. I never made that comparison actually. Okay, there's the correct brush. So now we get to the painting. So this paint is starting to dry up, so I gotta. Okay, actually, it may not be as dry as I thought it was, but I need to use it quickly because of the fact that it's going to dry up very fast. Either that, or I need to clean out the cap because of the fact that I've said this earlier, that this stuff tends to have a bit of a drying problem. Okay, so there's a couple of little things on the back there that I could definitely paint orange, as I accidentally hit the, what's it called? The lamp with the focus. Come on, there we go. So let's just get in there, and I am sorry for the camera going out of focus. Not really much I can do about it, so let's just... Okay, that is way, way too thick. So let's just clean this off quickly, and actually I'm going to slip my hand out from underneath the camera stand because again, janky setup. Let's just quickly scrape some of that away, kind of restore the detail there. Get a bit more water in the paint. And get back to... Okay, that looks a lot better. I could use a little more paint, actually, now that I look at it. So that's looking better. Okay, so now we just slip a bit of paint in there. And keep the thing in frame, for the love of God. Slide that in there. This is going to take a couple of coats, but not really that big of a problem because that's just the way things roll with Citadel. You got to apply 2 thin coats. Okay, let's not touch the wet paint. Definitely the hardest part of any model, I don't care what anyone says, is starting it out. You have no idea what's going to happen, but even after just one color, you start to see the model come to life, and then you get a lot more motivation to finish it after that. It's just the way things go sometimes. And now I'm realizing I should probably not be doing this because of the fact that I have some silver bits I need to paint, but I can deal with that later. So I've started to map this out a little bit. Again, the hardest part of any model is just getting started. And I'm starting to sound like Bob Ross here, which honestly probably isn't a bad thing. But, yeah. Okay, so little painting break. Let's throw the brush back in the container, put the palette on top of the giant tower of boxes that I have sitting right here that keep all of my spare bits, which I'm glad I do because, pro tip for anyone getting into Warhammer, keep all your bits, all of them, because then you get to do stuff. This is like a very simple conversion, but this is not a Power Fist designed for a Titanicus scale knight. This is actually for a tactical marine. And the Power Fist for Titanicus Knights was not available at the time that I built that, so I just took one from a tactical squad and threw it onto a Knight after a little bit of finagling. And I did a similar thing with Reaper with a Power Fist from a Devastator kit. So, oh, nope, there it is. I was accidentally poking at the Melt-A-Gun, and I don't want that breaking off. Okay, so back to building Tremor. Where is the base? There it is. Okay, so this is where we're at with Tremor so far. So now we're going to take these little bits and glue them on, and then I'm going to shut down the stream in a few minutes, actually. To end it out, I'm going to start working on some of the weapons for Devastator, because I want to kind of see how that's going to look. So we're just going to come in here. Whoop. Camera down, camera down. I promise this will get better as time goes on. So what we're going to do is, so there's 2 ball joints here. There's one on the bottom, one up here. So right there and right down there. The bottom one hooks into a little hole right there. And the top one just connects in wherever along this little groove right here, just so that way you can kind of position it however you want. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply a small drop of glue in the hole right there. Is this thing clogged up again? God, good lord. And the glue's coming out. That's definitely coming out. And it looks like the discussion has been raging on for a little while. Huh. Okay, so I guess I was wrong about what not involuntary promotion, relentless invasion does. I'm switching games again. I tend to do this a lot, where I'll start talking about one game and then about halfway through switch to another. This is what happens when you play like 15 different games, and that is way too much glue. Hold on. Okay, let's just coat that a little bit. And then let's just grab this, and so we slot this in there, and that in there, and yeah, so that is how that slots in. And then we do the same thing for the other foot. So we just do that. I probably did that off camera now that I'm looking at it. And then we just go in here and... Oh, did I... No, don't tell me I didn't. Let's just... Okay, I gotta figure out... This is gonna be a little harder. I think I might have angled this thing a little too far forward. Up, camera down, camera down. I'm actually gonna raise it back up to its original angle that I had earlier this stream. And then try to figure out how to slot this thing in there. Okay. Oh. I was getting worried there for a second. Like, did I build this in a way where I couldn't slot the thing in there? Because I've talked about Devastator already at least 5 times this stream, but thankfully I did not build this in a way where that is impossible. So, whew. Disaster averted, ladies and gentlemen. Disaster averted. Okay, so that will do it for building Tremor tonight. So basically, let's just do a quick recap. The leg assembly has been built, and I am currently working on attaching the... I attached 2 of the ankle guards, but I'm actually not going to attach the rest. I will paint those separately. I actually probably shouldn't have attached these, but whatever. I can totally just... Yeah, I can deal with that. So, yeah, that is where Tremor will end at for the night. And with the little time I am going to spend remaining on the stream, what I am going to do is remove Hellbringer and Firestorm and bring in what is supposed to be Devastator without the shoulder plates or any of the weapons, because I have a sprue of weapons to attach something new to it and give Devastator its canonical loadout. So let's open this up. So now the question is, how many of these things do I have? Let's see, because there's a shoulder joint that attaches. Actually, let me grab a volcano cannon. So, yep, as I touch the glue bottle. Nope, let's not do that. So the volcano cannon. So this piece up here, I'm trying to figure out if there's 2 or 3 of these on the sprue. If there's 3, I'll be able to build both plasma annihilators and the power claw. But if there's only 2, I'm building only 1 annihilator. And let's not hit the camera again. And it looks like there's 3 on the sprue. Let's go. So let's just build 1. Let's build a plasma annihilator tonight. That's nice and simple. I will build the power claw at a later date, either on or off camera. So let's just clip and it's a little harder to do this when there's a camera in the way, but I will make it work. Okay, I've got to clip this off camera. There's no way I can do this on camera. Clip. Okay, and then I need a 61. Clip. And clip. And now, time to get rid of the, what are these things called again? I forget what I call them. Sprue marks, that's what they're called. Or at least that's what I call them. And okay. That is now fixed. Okay, so let's get to working on the other half of this bit. Okay, so 61 and 60 and 61 will attach together. Um, okay. And then we just glue these together, and now we just wait for that to set. Now, there's supposed to be an armor plate that attaches right here, but I am not going to attach that, so that way it's a little easier to paint later on, because I just will spray the majority of the weapon silver and then spray the plate separately, at least what this plate here that I'm touching, and then this one can be detached, the rest can't. And just do whatever I need to do in order to make this as easy as possible to paint so I can get it done and let it just wreak some havoc. Okay, now, so that while that joint's drying, let's actually build Devastator's head, because with the Warlord kit that was included in the Grandmaster Edition, which was the big starter set that was available for a limited time a couple of times before the new one came out, you only get a couple of head options, and this is one of them. The other one is extremely similar looking, but has a slightly different eyepiece, I believe, or shape. I don't remember. But neither of them fit like the intimidating melee rusher role that I want Devastator to fulfill, even though it only has one melee weapon. But there is if we look at the instructions here, there is these two head options in here. This is what we're going for Devastator, because it just looks like a skull mask, and you put a skull mask on anything, it instantly looks cooler. Or you put a skull on anything, it is. There's 3 guarantees, actually 4 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and if you put either a shark or a skull on something, it's automatically cool. Because yeah. Okay, so let's go digging. I've been checking the sprue out a couple of times. Okay, so there are the parts. So here is the mask right there. So let's snip. Okay, this one should be a little easier to cut out. Let's go snip. Sometimes it takes a couple of cuts, or a couple of clips, whatever you want to call them. It's you can call it whatever you want. Alrighty, there's that. And then we're looking for the 2 halves. So right here and right up here. Okay, so okay. Whoa, camera down, camera down, camera down. Houston, we have a problem. Okay. Order has been restored. Yep, I just watched it on the replay, and you all just saw that now, probably, so... oh, no, wrong end of this camera. Don't. Okay, let's be a little more careful now. So we're actually going to build the head and then call it a stream for the night, so... And there goes the camera again. I promise I will figure this mess out. Okay, so let's move that back over there. Okay, there we go. That, and you know what? Just for my sanity's sake, I'm going to cut this off screen. And if you're wondering what I'm going to do with the other Titan head, I'm going to keep it on the sprue. I'm probably going to prime it and basically just maybe chop it into bits or something and use it for basing material, because maybe I'll just put a Destroy Titan, and of course, right at the tail end, we get 4 viewers. Maybe I'll go a little longer. I don't know. So, 105, 106, 108. Okay, I need part 107 off the sprue as well. I'm going to clip this off screen as well. Where is part 107? There it is. So, clip, clip, and clip. You know what? Okay, so the head's going to be the last thing that I work on tonight, actually. So just stick with me here for a moment. And let me adjust the camera one last time, hopefully. So these are the parts. And let's get to gluing things together. So 105 and 106 come together. So actually, let's go to the other piece. And then let's slot those together. And there is a lot of sprue still left on this, so I have got to do a little clippy clip. And bring in the mold line remover. Even though it's really just a scraper. And then the head will just need a little bit of work, because there are still, if you can look at it like this, there's still this little triangle bit right there that we do not want, because at least I don't think that's supposed to be there. Yeah, that's not supposed to be there, so let's just snip and snip. Unfortunately, it's a little too small to be good debris material on bases, because sometimes for like my Age of Sigmar Seraphim miniatures, what I'll do is I'll take just random little bits of sprue and sprinkle it onto the base, and it becomes debris. Really nice basing technique. So if you're ever looking for something to spruce up bases a little bit, just take a little bit of sprue, chop it up into a few bits, super glue it to the base, and yeah. Okay, that's a much better fit. So, oh, that is nice. I knew this thing was going to look intimidating, but I didn't realize it was going to look this good. Oh, that is lovely. Okay, so. Oh, wait a minute. Was I supposed to slot in the... Nope, that's how it goes in. Okay, so. Let's just get a bit of glue into the thing. And then let's push that in, and yeah, that is starting to come together. One final thing to do for the night. But first, we got to clean off the glue bottle a little bit. There's a little crevice here that we're just going to put a bit of glue in. And then take this little bit, which is the head joint or the neck joint or whatever you want to call it, push it in. And that is one Titan head completed. So let's find the cap to the glue. Cap that off and move some stuff out of the way, as we're going to be winding down the stream here. But first, I want to show you all what has been worked on tonight. So basically what it's going to look like is the head's going to be looking forward. There's going to be the Plasma Annihilator facing forward, and then the Power Claw in some sort of like come at me pose or something, or just a marching pose. So there's a little hole up in there where you can kind of see it right there. Then this little bit will just glue in there, and I'm just going to get down to eye level, and yeah, that is finally getting there. Okay, I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I got the Grandmaster Edition back in the summer of 2018, I believe, and that then soon after the upgrade sprue that this was from got announced, and I'm like, I want to do that. And yeah, here we are, a little over 2 years later, and I finally have it. So yeah, so that is the head for Devastator. That was the final thing, in addition to building one of its shoulder joints for its weapon. I got a little bit of work done on this MR tank. Got some of the base off gray, white, whatever you want to call it, done. Same for one of the exo armors. I did a bit of base work for one of the Amelin Scions for Rune Wars, just clean or removing a couple of black areas that should not be there. So that way, when I put the model back on the base, you don't really see any of the primer. Actually, I need to go back in and touch that up a little bit more because looks like this area right here, there's this little black strip right there where I need to add a bit more paint, but other than that, it pretty much covers itself. And actually, I could probably just go in there and paint it green. That's probably the easier option. And then what else did I work on? Oh, how could I forget? So, whoa, camera down again. This is the last time you're probably going to see that tonight. Hopefully. Finally, and this is the big one. Tremor's legs are starting to be assembled. So this is probably where it's going to sit at for quite some time because I need to do the armor plates separate so they're easier to paint and I can get every detail because I'm going to prime this silver, deal with all the details and shading, and then with these two ankle protectors, I'm going to paint those in the red and orange of the Legio Calamitas, aka the Hellbringers, which that's why this stream was called The Hellbringers Shall Walk. That's just a thing where the Titans shall walk. That's a thing for Titanicus. That's just frequently said. So I just applied it with my Legio name, the Legio Calamitas. And Calamitas, I'm pretty sure, is Latin for either calamity or disaster. And all the Titans are named after disasters of some kind or just destruction in general. So yeah, that is what was completed on this stream tonight. Again, a little more unconventional compared to what I usually do around here, which is gameplay videos, but it was a hectic week for me, so I figured let's take some time, relax, build some stuff, kind of show you into my paint table shenanigans a little bit, and yeah, so that will do it for the stream, at least for tonight. I'm thinking about doing at some point next week a Transformers stream again. I'll have to talk to the guys on the Bayformers Discord to see who I can get to play against me because that stream wouldn't go anywhere without people playing against me on Discord. So I got to coordinate that a little bit. Maybe I'll do some other streams. I'm working on new videos over on the main channel. Again, link in the description to go check that out. That is, of course, where all the main stuff is getting posted, where all the main gameplays are getting posted. The live channel is just kind of a side thing. I'm probably going to do another one of these in the future at some point. Probably not going to... well, actually, how do I phrase this? Well, like, I'm going to do it again at some point because this was a lot more successful than I was anticipating. It was a little slow in the beginning, not going to lie, but yeah, it turned out to have a pretty good viewer count. We're like, basically, as long as I average around 2 or 3 viewers a stream, which I definitely hit that, it's a success. So I'm going to keep doing this, and the Tremor is probably going to be advanced a little bit more in terms of its build the next time you see him, just because I don't want to only do this on stream, because I do want to get him built at some point in the near future, but I am going to spend a substantial amount of time building him on stream because I just want to document his progress a little bit. And then the MR tanks and the exo armors probably are going to be painted off stream. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about maybe just videoing my progress on Tremor, so that way it's all documented, and that way I can do it off stream. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So go check out the main channel in the link in the link below. Hopefully I'll be able to film me working on Tremor, and there's going to be the official start to the Off the Game Board series, which that's the technical series label that I applied to this. I think we're going to stick with that for non-gameplay related videos that aren't analysis related as well. So yeah, be sure to look out for videos basically documenting me building Tremor. And I've already rambled on enough for the night, so thank you very much, everybody, for watching that watched live. If you watch this back, be sure to keep an eye out for if other streams are going live, because who knows what could happen at this point with basically with streams, anything is possible. So, and I'm always a fan of just things getting chaotic, because I like chaos because it makes me laugh, and laughing is a good thing. So, anyways, I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you very much for watching, whether you watched live or the replay, and I will see you in the next stream or the next video, whatever I put out next. So, peace out, y'all.